Morning San Antonio starts right now.
We begin with breaking news. San Antonio police responding to an area of the El Paso Street, South Frio Street area for a deceased person.
So this is just west of downtown, and we don't have a whole lot of information right now, but we do have a crew at the scene, and we will bring you a live report as soon as we get some information.
And a good morning to you. It is Wednesday, September 7th.
Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. I know to a lot of you it might feel like Tuesday because of the short week, but at least it's been, a pretty good week so far.
It has. Well, for weeks now, as we go outside with live cam, we've seen a pattern shift to some rainier, stormier weather. And it looks like things might be heading the other direction. Here's Justin with more.
Yeah, we're shifting away from that idea. There are some chances for storms today, though. We want to pass that along. It'll be mostly clear, warm through midday, but by the afternoon, we'll be looking at some widely separated showers and storms as you get out of school and as you head home from work, maybe around dinner time. 30% chance. And then we could see an isolated strong storm or two, something we'll be watching for later this evening. Not widespread severe weather, but a chance for some gusty winds, maybe some hail with any of the storms that develop. Right now, 79 degrees outside. Dew point is at 72, but it feels like 82, still very humid at the moment. Not a lot of wind out there. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 82 by 10 a.m., noontime 88. We start to add in those rain chances after the lunch hour. 20% chance by 2 p.m., 94 for a high today, with a 30% chance of rain. Anywhere from, say, 3 to 6 p.m. is when I think our best opportunity is to see some of these showers and storms, some of which could produce some heavy rain at times too. Rain chances taper off after the sun goes down, and we'll see less rain chances. In fact, really nothing throughout the rest of the 7-day forecast. But we will talk more about that. Also, an unusual pattern going on out west, the extreme heat, we get into that, and the tropics as well. That's all coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Just in time, Justin. All right, let's get a look here at 35 at Pine. We did have a crash that was reported here just a few minutes ago, and actually, as Justin was providing us with the forecast, looks like it just cleared out. So good news there at 35 at Pine. But we do know that it was causing some issues as we take a look now at the map as we bring you in. That was reported there in the northbound lanes of 35, not too far from Pine Street, but where we were really seeing that buildup was there in the southbound lanes, where we see some yellow that you can actually see that's been building out there. Not sure exactly why we're seeing that, but thankfully we're not seeing the big slowdowns in the area where the issue was reported. Good news out there, but we are still seeing a little bit of a slowdown here after a crash was reported in the northbound lanes of 35 near US 90. Looks like our map has cleared that out, thankfully, but it doesn't look like traffic has cleared out just yet. But obviously, these areas we'll watch closely. Let's take one last look here at 35 at Pine and give you one last look at your morning drive. Things have settled down for the most part around town. There's US 90 at Leon Creek. Traffic is moving just fine, and it does look like it's picking up there at 410 at Fredericksburg, a usual build-up spot. But other than that, things look to be a lot better at this hour, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. In morning headlines, a suspected police impersonator tried to pull over an actual police officer.
Plus, a bear break-in and a corn ambassador. Max Nasty joins us live in the studio. So, Max, where are you going to start this morning?
Good morning, guys. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of fun stories, but we are starting with a scary story out of Colorado. So, in Colorado, the Brighton Police Department says a man impersonating a police officer, well, they chose the wrong car to pull over. Police say the driver of this vehicle, a 2019 Dodge Durango, they activated red and blue lights from the bar and the windshield. They tried to pull someone over. His mistake? The vehicle he tried to pull over was driven by an actual officer, an off-duty deputy with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
Seemed a little strange to this off-duty deputy. Moments later, the Durango started to brake check the off-duty deputy and actually forced him to the shoulder of the interstate. There are people who impersonate police officers, then it could have been definitely a dangerous situation.
So the suspect was arrested on the scene, booked at the Adams County Jail. Now, Brighton police say if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't pull over, put your window down for the vehicle. Now, if you do suspect this is not law enforcement, drive at a safe speed, turn your hazards on, then call 911 to confirm if the person pulling you over is in fact a member of law enforcement. They also recommend familiarizing yourself with the vehicles of the local law enforcement agency in your area. Now to a very interesting story out of California. Wait for it. This is body cam. Look at that. You guys see that? Bear just hopped the fence. But that's not even where the story begins. A family in California had a very hungry, very unwelcome visitor recently. A black bear entered their home while they were there. and helped himself to the kitchen, that is, until police arrived. So let's take a look at this body cam. It featured the wild scene. A Simi Valley Police Department made their way inside the home to shoo the bear out and shoo the bear over the fence and up the tree. But take a look at the mess they left. After the homeowner heard some strange sounds coming from the kitchen Sunday morning, the mess was only the beginning. The culprit was still there.
He was standing there, he or she was standing there, turned around and looked at me, and I thought, that is not somebody in a costume. And I flew upstairs, yelled for him, and I said, Scott, we have a bear in our house.
So pictures show some of the damage. I like how calm and seemingly quiet they were. Scratched up cabinets, huge mess, and the homeowner said the bear didn't leave empty-handed. The bear ate 8 avocados, ate the nectarines, didn't eat the chocolate cake at first. There's pictures showing the scene of the return, the trash around the trash can. The other half of the cake, guys, it was gone. Now to another story. You've probably seen him, you've probably heard him, a young man who made corn a viral sensation. Well, he is now South Dakota's new corn ambassador. The South Dakota governor signing an executive proclamation making a 7-year-old boy the state's corn ambassador. Tariq, or the Corn Kid as he's known, he became a viral video sensation for clips in which he enthusiastically declares his love of corn. Over the weekend, he accepted an invite to South Dakota's Corn Palace. As Tariq's fame grows, he's even catching the attention of celebrities. Martha Stewart, even Kevin Bacon. Here's the thing. He's getting some good sponsorship deals out of this, too. Fast food chains taking notice. Last month, Chipotle posted a promotional video featuring Tariq on their social media.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's gone. I can tell you all about it. I mean, just look at this thing. When I try it better, everything changed. One more thing. Cheers to corn.
So there you go, guys. Cheers to corn. If you haven't yet, there's an amazing video going viral of not only him reacting to the corn, but him singing, and it's adorable. So best, Tariq, congratulations on all those promo deals.
Yeah, very enthusiastic.
All right, thank you, Max. We do want to go back to that breaking news we mentioned at the top of the newscast. San Antonio police responded to the area of El Paso and South Frio streets for a deceased person.
All right, Jonathan Cotto is live at the scene, and you just spoke with police. Jonathan, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Stephanie. Information is limited, but we can tell you that police initially responding to reports of a shooting happening in a nearby area and then making the discovery of a dead body here on El Paso Street between South Medina and South Frio. This is west of downtown near I-10. I can move out of the way that we can take a closer look at the investigation that is in progress as we speak. Again, initial reports of a shooting in the nearby area. That's what alerted police. They received a call from a passerby who alerted them of this discovery, a body of a male on the sidewalk here on El Paso Street. Police tell us that the body was found with significant trauma to the body, but they couldn't be clear or specific as to that trauma or even an age range of this victim that was found here this morning. Of course, this is a case that is actively under investigation. We'll update you as more information is made available. Back to you in the studio. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Jonathan.
906, 77 degrees.
And Tiffany joins us right now. And what do you have coming up after the break?
Hey guys, a local project is transforming 4 acres of Padre Park into an urban food forest. How it's bringing the communities together, coming up.
And Science with Sarah made its debut last week. Now they are back to school. They're at NEISD's Wilshire Elementary. David Sears and Sarah join us live coming up. Welcome back.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9. 5 officers with the Department of Public Safety have now been referred to the State Inspector General for a formal investigation. 2 are suspended in the investigation into the shooting response at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. This comes as authorities revise protocols as the new school year begins.
The new COVID boosters are rolling out. White House officials are encouraging anyone over the age of 12 already been vaccinated to get the new shot. Comes as pediatric COVID cases are seeing an uptick as kids return to school, and health officials are signaling that COVID shots could become an annual treatment just like flu shots.
The Washington Post is reporting that the material found at Mar-a-Lago includes information related to nuclear capabilities. The revelation comes just days after a judge granted Trump a so-called special master to review the documents seized by the FBI. Trump's legal team has until Friday to submit a list of potential candidates to independently review the documents.
Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon is expected to surrender tomorrow on charges related to his fundraising effort to build a border wall. The New York State charges are based on the same conduct Bannon was charged with by federal prosecutors in 2020. Bannon is calling the indictment phony charges and a, quote, partisan political weaponization of the criminal justice system, end quote.
Court adjourned yesterday without judgment on any motions in the court battle between Elon Musk and Twitter. They appeared before a judge to discuss the $44 billion acquisition deal Musk is trying to terminate. The trial is set to start October 17th, but Musk's team wants to push it back a month.
E-cigarette maker Juul Labs has now agreed to pay nearly $440 million to settle an investigation into how it marketed products to teens. Nearly 36 states plus Puerto Rico will split the money.
Renters across the country are starting to see rising costs ease a bit. The national median rent in July was up 14% compared to a year ago. Real estate brokerage Redfin says that's the smallest increase since last November. Experts say it may be next year before things get back to normal.
There's a push to put more information front and center about our food ahead of a White House conference on nutrition later this month. The Wall Street Journal says some advocates are calling for health and nutrition labels on the front of packaged foods to highlight things like fat and sugar content.
The Bad Bunny concert is tonight at the Alamo Dome, and there's sure to be a lot of traffic in that area. For information on Via's park and ride service, just head over to our website at KSAT.com. And that's today's 9 at 9.
9:13, a project by the Food Policy Council of San Antonio is transforming a Southside Park into an urban food forest and edible gardens.
Once completed, people visiting the site in Padre Park along the Mission Reach section of the Riverwalk will find trees providing food and shade.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from San Antonio's first urban food forest with more. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. You know, they started this project in February, planting all these trees, and just check it out. This is super cool. Volunteers have planted also vegetables here. When this project is finished, people visiting the park will find fruit and nut trees. Every week they have different volunteer sessions where people can come and get involved. To talk a little bit more about this, we have Nadia and Brandon with this project. Good morning, Nadia. Talk to us about first how this all started.
Sure. Good morning. How are you doing? So this project, the Tamoktalum Food Forest, started, it was initiated by the Food Policy Council of San Antonio with a grant from the Office of Innovation. And the County Parks Department allowed us the use of this 4-acre space in Padre Park, thanks to the County Commissioner Precinct 1 office.
And Brandon, talk to us about what we can find here.
You can come out on Tuesday evenings from 5:30 to 7:30 for volunteer events. What you can find is fruit and nut trees, growing an entire forest with a goal of growing an abundance of fruit that anybody can come and pick year round. It's a educational space. It's a space for community. We're really appreciative of the Southside community and all of the people that have stepped up, you know, different tree companies to bring us mulch. Definitely just come on down. It's a great place.
Community members have really taken ownership of this space. We've gotten to work with so many different neighborhood associations, tribal groups, people living in apartment complexes wanting somewhere to grow and to learn about growing and to bring the knowledge that they have to the community too. People just basically planting squash and beans here in the space. It's a really beautiful thing to see.
What type of impact do you think this is going to have in the long run?
I think for generations to come, it's going to help address food insecurity. It's helping to reconnect people with our cultural traditions, reconnect people with each other, with the land. And we're already seeing it happening. People are so excited about this space in the community, and it's just great to be a part of.
And Brandon, what do you have there?
Oh, these are just a couple of early figs. They're really too small, too ripe, but you know, we wanted to show you because the goal of this project is growing food, and it's already happening. We've already had squash grown throughout the summer, and it's happening. There's trees planted that are really producing, and so it's pretty exciting.
And I also want to give a big shout out to the Healthy Neighborhoods program, SA Metro Health, which I am a part of, a community health worker. Our community health workers have been integral in bringing the community in and making sure that this is a community-owned space.
Amazing. Well, we're going to have more details on the noon show. We're going to talk about those different events coming up next month and how you can get involved. Really cool project, guys. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany.
Justin is back, and the graphic I see has to do with Lake Amistad out on the border near Del Rio.
Yeah, you remember last month we were talking about how it was almost at its driest stage ever. Well, we've seen some improvement. All that rain actually helped. The Rio Grande has been pumping some water into the Amistad, and let me give you an update. Look, it's still not in great shape, but it's in a lot better shape than it was a month ago. It's up 12 feet. It's 39% full. It was a near record low 22% back on August 15th. So our lakes, our rivers, our streams starting to get a little bit of improvement here. But if we see the rain shut off again, we're going to be in bad shape again. Here's the setup, and here's what we're dealing with outside. Clear skies, 79 degrees. Dew point is at 72, so still really humid out there. It's going to be sticky through at least the first half of the day. Calm winds, feels like 82, and temperatures generally in the 70s. Now, we did get some 60s on the map this morning, which was great. Felt good outside in several spots, but now temperatures are really starting to warm up, especially with those sunny skies. Just popped up to 77 there in Helotes, 77, Canyon Lake, 79 in Braunfels. The forecast high today, mid-90s. Here in San Antonio. So it is going to be a hot one, just like yesterday, and this heat continues right on into the end of the week. But there is going to be a little bit of relief, I think, in the form of some showers and storms, and that's what we're hoping for this afternoon, and here's why. You see on water vapor, and water vapor shows us swirls in the atmosphere. It shows us where we have our little disturbances, and right there you can see a little swirl, and that is going to be moving into South Texas as we get into this afternoon and this evening. That's what's going to give us some lift. I think the best chance for rain is going to be about Hondo, San Antonio, and points east. And as we look at what's out there right now, we do notice some showers and storms associated with this disturbance. And there's enough instability out there where we could see a strong storm or two. This is not going to be widespread severe weather, but we could get some gusty winds, maybe some isolated hail with any storms that develop this afternoon. So this pink color represents the risk, and it's low end. On a scale of 1 to 5, we're talking 1. But it is there. We do need to point it out. So here's a look at the forecast. And by 2 p.m., 20% chance of rain. We're going to start to see some showers and storms bubbling up north of San Antonio. And then by, say, 3, 4 o'clock, could see some storms here around town. Those will continue through, I'd say, the evening hours, so through dinner time. Even the evening commute could be affected by this. And then once the sun goes down this evening, we'll see rain chances go down, and you'll see the radar get more quiet. This is kind of our one chance here, too, by the way, because after today, our rain chances really do go away. So by noontime, 88 degrees. And then by 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., there's your 30% chance of rain. Temperatures in the mid-90s, and then we drop it off to 20% chance of rain this evening, 88 degrees by 8 p.m. We have a big ridge of high pressure out west. We're on the edge of it, and that little disturbance is riding right down the edge of that ridge of high pressure. Of course, underneath the high, we have record heat. The temperatures yesterday were just astounding out across parts of California and Nevada. I mean, record highs, all-time record highs, places like Salt Lake City as well. But here's something interesting. We have a hurricane that is working up the west coast of Mexico. Now, this isn't unheard of. This happens. But it is going to throw some rain into parts of Southern California. So they'll get a little bit of relief from the tropics of all things by the time we get into Friday and the weekend. Pretty interesting there. We do not get any benefits from the tropics, just that chance of storms today. 30% chance this afternoon, a very small chance coming up tomorrow. Then after that, it is mid-90s with lots of sun. I will tell you, though, we'll see some less afternoon humidity as we head into the afternoons, probably Friday into the weekend and early next week. So the evenings will feel a little bit better out there. But the heat is definitely on from here on out, guys.
Okay, but no triple digits, though.
No triple digits, no.
Thank you, Justin.
9:20, about 78 degrees.
And let's go ahead and look live where our Sarah Spivey is. Oh, look, everybody there at Wilshire Elementary School, ready to do Science with Sarah there. And there's David as well, her assistant. We'll be right back with him.
We are super excited about our first live Science with Sarah this morning.
Yes, Sarah Spivey and David Sears are out at Wilshire Elementary School, which is north of Fort Sam Houston and Ritterman Road.
Good morning, guys. What kind of experiment are you doing out there today?
Hey, good morning. This experiment is so fun. We're here with the awesome third graders of Wilshire Elementary. Say hey, guys. Okay, and today my assistant David and I, with our goggles on, yes, okay, it's true. We are going to make a cloud in a jar using 4 simple materials. Here are those materials: a mason jar, hot water, hairspray, and ice. That's it. So before these awesome third graders get to do the experiment themselves, we're going to show them how it's done. David, hot water in the mason jar till about right here.
About right there?
Yep.
Here we go. Ooh, that's hot.
I know, it's hot. It's hot water. So this is something, too, safety-wise. You're going to want to do this with an adult supervision. That's good, David. Yep, watch your leaks. And then do not touch the bottom once it's there, because that's pretty hot. Okay, David, next thing I want you to do is take some hairspray.
Uh-oh, what's going to happen?
Spritz it in there. And then spray it in there for like 2 seconds. And then quickly cover up the lid with the lid. Okay. Great job, David. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some ice cubes and put them on the top here of the mason jar, and the ice cubes are going to cause the steam to condense on the hairspray, and we're seeing a cloud. You guys see how the cloud is forming in the middle there? You see how it looks all foggy in there? And then this is my favorite part.
Okay.
Once you've waited for a while, David, I want you to take off the top of the lid. Again, do not touch the bottom because it's hot. And then watch as the cloud flies out of that mason jar. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Now, the wonderful students here at Wilshire Elementary, they made a hypothesis on whether or not you can actually feel a cloud. So we're going to, when we come back, these awesome kids are going to do the experiment themselves. First, I want to show you how this works real quick. Again, you got the hot water, okay? The hot water produces steam. In our atmosphere, there's water vapor everywhere. The hairspray acts as something that the water can condense onto, and then the ice cools the air right at the top, and it causes the water vapor to condense onto the hairspray particles. And that's what makes a what? Cloud, guys. So are y'all pumped to do this? Yeah! Okay, awesome. Well, coming up, we're going to be doing this experiment right here at Wilshire Elementary. We'll be back after this. Hey guys, we are back at Wilshire Elementary. The bell is going off right now, but here in the third grade class, we're going to make a cloud with 4 simple steps. What's step 1? Hot water. Hot water. What's step 2? Hairspray. What's step 3? Put the lid on. And what's step 4? Ice. Okay, and what are we not going to do? Touch the bottom of the glass when the hot water goes in. So your teachers are going to help. They're going to put some hot water here in there. All right, they're going to fill it up to about right there. That's great. Perfect. Okay, hairspray. Put the lid on.
All right, now the hairspray.
Nice. Tight. Good. Okay, great. And then why don't you put the ice cubes on there? And then put a lot of ice cubes on there. Put a few. Put a few ice cubes on there. Look, you can see the clouds starting to form. Isn't that awesome? Okay, cool. Awesome.
What's going on right there?
That's
a cloud, yeah. A cloud is condensing onto it.
A cloud.
Okay, now take the ice off and turn it in. Let's see what happens.
Do you want to take off the ice and see what happens? Wow. Now feel it on the top.
What do you think?
It feels like warm. Warm. It feels so warm.
Warm.
Feels like a worm?
No, warm, David. It feels warm.
I thought you said it feels like a worm.
Yeah.
Okay, well. All right, here we go. Go.
Nice.
Put your hand over it. You're all right. It's okay. You can do it.
It feels warm.
Does it feel warm?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see over here. Let's see it. When you take off the lid, what happens?
Look at that. What do you think?
Now blow a little bit into it. Whoa, guys.
What did you think about that?
It was so awesome.
Was it awesome?
Yeah.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah. It was so amazing. It's like smoking. It's like
What was the most amazing part about it?
the smoke. Like we watch it. It's like what for me out. I love this experience.
That was a great experiment, huh?
Yeah.
So you remember the hypothesis was whether or not we would get steam out of there, and what happened?
It forms to the smoke, and me and my partner feel it. We can feel it a little bit.
That's awesome.
That's great stuff. All right, so that means it all cooled off, right? Because the steam is kind of gone, right?
It smells.
I tell you what, I got some smart third graders in here.
We also
We'll do it again. Do we have more water?
We also learned about hypotheses, right? Hypotheses, right? So what was your guess before? What was your guess before? You could feel a cloud.
I can. I ate it.
You ate the cloud.
You couldn't get anything.
And this is a great experiment. Not only can you do it once, but as long as you have a good supply of hot water, as long as you have a decent amount of hairspray and some ice, you can do it more than once. And something that I like to do too is have the kids make a hypothesis before what they think a cloud is going to feel like, and then afterwards they get to see if their hypothesis was right or not. So it's a great way to learn the scientific method as well. How you doing, David?
Oh, we were great.
Look at my hair. So if you want to learn more about Science with Sarah, if you want to do this experiment at home with your kids, all you got to do is search for Science with Sarah at KSAT.com, and you'll see this and more experiments. And reach out to us, Science with Sarah at KSAT.com, if you want to come out to, if you want us to come out to your schools.
All right, you guys did a fantastic job. So once again, look at the camera and wave to everybody at home. Water, hairspray, lid, and ice.
Fantastic. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Sarah, David, thank you very much. Live out there at Wilshire Elementary School with a bunch of very enthusiastic third graders. Great way to spend a Wednesday morning.
Yeah,
right?
I love the enthusiasm. You know, they're going to take that with them home. They're going to probably want to try it at home as well.
Well, I know Sarah would like to hear from more educators in our area, so let's make it happen.
That's right. For now, looking out with live cam, it's 78 degrees and warming up just a little bit, but not a whole lot right now.
No. How cool was that, by the way? Clouds.
Oh,
I love that.
neat.
It was very exciting. And you know, we had some beautiful clouds this morning here in San Antonio. I want to show you a picture on KSAT Connect. Look at that. Now that is a sunrise. That was sent in just a little bit ago from, I believe, Millie, 69. Arriving to work this morning, Fort Sam Houston. And really beautiful shot there as we saw the cirrus clouds move over top San Antonio this morning. As we look at the satellite picture now, you can see some of those cirrus clouds still there. We're also noticing some clouds starting to build to our north of the hill country. That's something we'll be watching this afternoon for the buildup of potentially some showers and storms. 79 right now in San Antonio, 77 Boulevardy, 76 right now in Seguin. Pollen count this morning, molds are moderate at 870, but they're on their way down. Pigweed and grass both low. In your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 88 by noontime. We're up around 94 this afternoon. There is a 30% chance of some showers and storms. And we'll see those temperatures drop into the 80s by the evening hours, and rain chances do go down, 20% chance by 8 p.m. Could we see a little bit of severe weather or a strong storm or two? We'll take a look at that and a look at the tropics coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Justin, thank you. East Central ISD bond is set for a vote. The Board of Trustees unanimously approving, calling for a school bond election for November 8th.
The proposal was developed by the administration and the community. Max Massey joins us live in the studio. And Max, what should the community know?
Good morning, guys. So this could be very exciting for the East Central ISD community and the families there if it passes in November. So let's explain what it means. The 2022 East Central ISD bond, it's going to ask voters to consider a $240 million package, and the intention is to be the second phase of upgrading and even creating new schools. So let's take a look. It would create an elementary school on the north and south sides of the district, increase security and energy efficiency at the current schools. It would provide new or renovated support facilities and campus offerings throughout the district. Here's one of my favorite parts. It would create a CTE multi-purpose facility and shop. And the purpose of this is it would create paths in health science and construction trades, also nurses' aides, medical assistants, dental, pharmacy, plumbing, electric, and HVAC. That way, when these students graduate from East Central, they could go right into a career field. Now, I spoke with the superintendent of schools. He tells me this bond is focused on the advancement of the students and their families. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Space, bottom line, safety, accessibility, and opportunities for our kids when compared to other school districts in the surrounding areas. And all of those things have an impact on our ability to recruit and retain the best quality staff. And all of those things work together to ensure that all of our investments in our community school system give us the return on that investment.
The superintendent tells me there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of growth, lots of change, lots of diversity, and a lot of excitement. He tells me they've been very fiscally responsible. The district's tax rate is among the lowest in all the school districts in the county and the San Antonio area. So if the bond is approved in November, the estimated tax impact, because I know everyone's asking the number one question when it comes to bonds, it'd be about 6 cents per $100,000 of property value, about $6 a month. In addition, district families would not see a tax increase until 2024. Homeowners who are 65 years and older, they would not be impacted by the passage of the bond proposal if they filed for and received the over 65 homestead exemption with the Bear Appraisal District. Now, the school district taxes are frozen, will not exceed the frozen dollar amount. Now, early voting begins October 24th, ends November 4th, and then Election Day is November 8th. So it's just one more thing, guys, that we're going to be tracking all through November. Election Day right around the corner.
It is. We've already started our planning here at KSAT. Thank you, Max.
Yes.
9:39, 78 degrees.
You're watching GMSA at 9, and we'll be right back.
I'm just there for the vibes. I'm ready. I know all the songs. I know the whole set list. I know it's going to be super crazy.
It's just pure energy. It's adrenaline throughout the whole thing.
Of course, I just want to dance. I just want to dance. When are we getting married? That's my husband.
Today is the day for Latin rapper Bad Bunny's concert. Fans of his showing their excitement yesterday as many of them stood in line for hours to purchase merchandise.
So the concert will be held at the Alamo Dome, and officials are expecting more than 54,000 people to attend.
You heard that right. People driving in the area or planning to attend should be aware of heavy traffic. It's encouraged for Bad Bunny fans to take the bus instead of perhaps driving to the show so they can ensure that they make it on time.
San Antonio is going to be the center of the concert universe, so we're encouraging everybody to get downtown as early as you can.
So VIA will have a park and ride site option at the AT&T Center and at Crossroads. The price of the bus tickets are $1.30 each way, with discounted prices for children, seniors, students, and active duty U.S. military. Yeah, it's going to get pretty crowded, but going to the Alamo Dome, might want to pack an umbrella just in case, maybe just a little one.
Yeah, I know that was part of Justin's forecast earlier. And if these do pop up later on, Justin, it'll be kind of an afternoon, early evening event?
Should be, yeah. It's between 2 and 7 p.m. is kind of the range of what we're looking at here. And it's going to be isolated. It's not as if everyone's going to get rain here, but there will be some pop-up storms on the radar, I think, once we get into that time period. So let's go outside for you first. We've got clear skies now. You never know there was a chance of storms in the forecast today if you look outside right now. Pretty nice. 79 degrees at the airport, 76 Stinson, 78 over there at Randolph, and we have light winds across the board. Satellite picture kind of tells the story here. And we showed you the picture of some of those cirrus clouds this morning, made for a beautiful sunrise. We still have some thin high clouds working through, but that's it. You look north, though, right at the top of your screen. I know it's hard to see under the banner here, but there are some clouds beginning to pop up. And that's an area that we're going to watch because as some of this activity shifts south, that's where we could see those clouds bubble up into some showers and storms. But in the meantime, mostly clear. 79 at the airport, 78 Boulevardy, 76 Seguin, 76 right now at Stinson, 80 already in Devine. And the dew point trend, we'll continue to see dew points pretty high this morning and then dropping off into the 60s this afternoon. And I think you'll see that for the rest of the week. Some drier afternoons, or at least less humidity in the afternoons. Water vapor, well, we can see that little disturbance here. It's a small one, but there's enough there to get some storms going. So as this moves into our area later today, that should be the impetus for some showers and storms as it interacts with a little bit of that moisture. And we're already starting to see a little bit of activity across northeast Texas this morning. There is going to be a severe risk with this, but it is very low end. On a scale of 1 to 5, we're talking about a 1 here. So gusty winds, some isolated hail, that would be the main issues if one of these storms briefly does get strong to severe. And we'll, of course, keep you posted there. I don't think it's a big threat, but it is something we need to mention. By 2 p.m. today, that's where we start to see some of these isolated showers and storms popping up. And then you're going to get a little more coverage by, say, 4 or 5 o'clock, 30% chance of rain with these isolated to widely separated showers and storms. We'll keep that 30% chance going through 6 p.m., although that starts to shift a little bit further south. The threat does. And then by the evening hours, I think any sort of shower and storm activity is probably pushing south or falling apart at that point. And we'll take rain chances pretty much out of the picture as we head into tonight. So 86 degrees by 11 o'clock, 88 noontime. There's that 30% chance of rain, 4 or 5 o'clock. So keep that in mind for the evening commute. Temperatures top out at 94. It's still a hot day. And then by 8 p.m., we're at 88, 20% chance of rain. And then we take rain chances out of the picture. Well, let's go to the tropics very quickly. A little bit earlier, we talked about Hurricane K and how it may actually bring some rain to Southern California. A possibility. Right now, it's a Category 2 hurricane. It'll continue to bring winds and heavy rain to parts of Mexico as it moves north. Meantime, we've got Hurricane Earl and Hurricane Danielle. Now, I don't think Danielle's going to last that much longer. As it moves into colder waters, it'll kind of fall apart. Earl will last a little bit longer, and in fact will strengthen some as it passes by Bermuda, Category 3 storm. Then we've got a couple of areas that we're watching here off the coast of Africa, but nothing, again, that is affecting really any part of the United States other than, again, maybe K bringing some rain to Southern California. So, yeah, it's active out there, but most of these are just staying out over open ocean. 30% chance of rain today, 94, 95 tomorrow, just a small chance for shower, generally east of I-35. And then as we head towards the weekend, a lot of heat. We could go as high as 96 on Sunday. There will be less afternoon humidity, so the evenings will be nice, but the afternoons will certainly be hot, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, the Alamo's future is taking shape. 3 popular San Antonio businesses are now closed because of the expansion of Alamo Plaza.
It's the next step in a multi-million-dollar makeover, and RJ Marcus updates us on the timeline of the 2 new centers at the Alamo site and this massive renovation project.
The ride is over for 3 San Antonio tourist destinations at Alamo Plaza.
We shut all the attractions down and everybody was here. It was kind of an emotional moment.
Tomb Raider 3D, Ripley's Haunted Adventure, and the Guinness World Records Museum permanently closed to give way to the next step of the Alamo makeover.
The eventual Alamo Museum is coming in place of our attractions right here. We had leases into 2028. The state wanted their museum by 2025 or 2026, so we had to sit down and work out an agreement.
And as you can see, these popular tourist spots are officially closed, and they have to vacate this building by October 31st. The next step is repurposing the Woolworth and Crockett buildings, and that'll lead the way to the Alamo Visitor Center and Museum.
The retail shops that you see around here, Jimmy John's, the t-shirt shop, all of them will be leaving, and then the state is going to come in here and put the world-class museum that they've been speaking about.
The $140 million Visitor Center and Museum will have an event space, a rooftop restaurant, shops, and will be home to the entire Phil Collins Texana collection. But before it's completed, the next step in the overall Alamo expansion is the opening of the exhibition hall and collections building early next year. Davis Phillips, who owns these 3 businesses, says it's bittersweet because they anchored the area for years from an economic standpoint.
We've sold over 7 million tickets in those 20 years. So while it is sad, I'm focused and preparing on moving forward in the future.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
And a quick look out there with TransGuide. It appears to be an accident there westbound Loop 410 at Jackson Keller. And while those lanes are still open, things are going pretty slow.
It's stacking almost all the way back to San Pedro, folks. So this is a pretty significant backup. And you see a number of vehicles there off to the right side, but it has definitely slowed things down. Oh, San Antonio Fire's out there. That's one reason they've got a couple lanes closed for the time being.
That's right. Time now, 9:49 and 80 degrees for now.
High school volleyball heating up between Mac and Edison last night. What yesterday's win means to MacArthur. Now they've managed to push through some tight matchups. 9:52 2023. We're roughly 1 month into the high school volleyball season, and 4 teams have risen to the top of District 27 5A's standings.
That includes a revived MacArthur program, and Andrew Seeley was at their match last night, and he has the highlights.
Well, MacArthur certainly has something rolling on the volleyball court. The Brahmas have ripped off 3 straight wins since beginning District 27 5A play last week, and that includes Tuesday night's sweep of Edison at home.
It feels good. It's just a team effort. We work so hard in the gym. MAC is pretty much just a family thing, and so everyone supports each other, and it just feels good to win with all these girls.
The gym was rocking all night long, and the Brahmas fed off of the Blue Crew's energy in crucial moments. This just days after the MacArthur football team won their first game in 3 years. It's clear there's a lot of momentum on campus.
Support everywhere. Everybody is so excited. It's a lot different than last year. Everybody's more pumped for sports. Everybody's coming out. That's why our crowd was so big. So we can't wait for the years to come.
There are 3 other undefeated teams in 27 5A play, and 2 were in action on Tuesday night. Highlands moved to 4-0 with a convincing sweep of Jefferson. And after 2 straight wins over district opponents, Burbank stepped out of district play to take on Southwest for the 2nd time this season. The Dragons took this one in straight sets, but the Bulldogs will return to district play this Friday, starting a string of back-to-back-to-back games against Alamo Heights, Highlands, and MacArthur. So we'll see how 27 5A shakes out over the next few weeks. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
And tomorrow on GMSA, Andrew is going to give us a preview of the top 3 high school football games to stream this Friday night on the BGC app.
Let's get a last look at weather. Here's Justin.
We've got clear skies right now. Temperatures are warming up quickly. We'll be in the mid-90s this afternoon. There is a 30% chance for some isolated showers and storms later today. A couple of them could be on the strong side, too. We'll keep a close eye on the radar. Otherwise, rain chances pretty much go away, and the heat stays with us through the weekend.
All right, so finally this morning, the Country Music Association has announced nominees for the 56th Annual CMA Awards, with first-time nominee Lainey Wilson topping the list at 6 nominations. So here's a quick review.
All right, so here are nominees for Entertainer of the Year. That'd be Luke Combs, Miranda Lambert, Chris Stapleton, Carrie Underwood, and Morgan Wallen.
And nominees for Vocal Group of the Year, Lady A, Little Big Town, Midland, Old Dominion, and Zach Brown Band.
And nominees for New Artist of the Year, Hardy Walker Hayes, Cody Johnson, Parker McCollum, and Lainey Wilson. So I guess Hardy is just a one name.
Right. Not our producer on GMSA.
No. Got it.
The 56th Annual CMA Awards, hosted by Luke Bryan and Peyton Manning, will be live from Nashville coming up on Wednesday, November 9th, right here on ABC.
All right. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.